All right, ready? Cut! Hey guys, Zueljin here, and welcome back to another episode of Scrap Mechanic Survival. Y'all, thanks so much for all of the comments and suggestions about the little vehicle. With your help, I finally got it to a point that I'm really starting to enjoy it. I put the engine on it, we got a wheelie bar in the back, we got a different blade configuration, or a bit configuration, drill bit, however you want to call it, and I ended up adjusting the pistons a little bit. So one of the major comments was, hey, why don't you put cactus where the stone is, and for the teeth? And honestly, it's the same exact friction. I checked. They're both, I think, 5 friction or 6 friction. Yeah, they're both 6 friction. Now the weight is a lot less, but we're talking about a total of what, 10 blocks or something, 12, 15 blocks. It's not a whole lot, right? So what I ended up doing is keeping the teeth just the way it is. It works fine, and I put a chest on the back, kind of counterbalance the weight, and I adjusted the engine and stuff like that, and it drives like a dream. But the most important thing is, can it mine? Now, this is a very, very small situation, but the only thing I don't like about this is every time you put it on the pedestal, okay, it comes at a default position, which all of the switches are off. And by default, the blade mechanism is all the way to the ground, which lifts the front tires up. And I don't really like that because, well, we need to have it the way it is right now in order to kind of bounce this thing. So on the ground level, see these things right here? It's impossible to hit them all the time without actually jacking up. But if we start this thing up, well, that's the wrong button. If we start this thing up and we want to grind it, sometimes we have to go all the way down with it like that just to chomp them up, you know? So basically, it still works just as it did the last episode. And we're not going to spend all episode on it. We're actually going to do some farming stuff today. But if we want to raise up, we can open up, raise up. If I can remember the controls. Open up, raise up, approach whatever we want, and bring it down. Now you see it's not quite heavy enough. There we go. Oh, we gotta grip it again, man. Let's grip it. There we go. Bam, baby. Ha ha. All right. There we go. Now I messed around with this quite a bit yesterday, and I got just tons and tons and tons of stone, man. Tons and tons of stone. I got metal too, like tons of metal. But I ripped up, I think, 3 rock formations, like 3 entire rock formations, and I've been harvesting by hand a lot. I did bring my harvester out here for a little while, and I was processing and stuff like that too. But look, with my rates, the adjustments that I made a little while back in the configs, it goes by so fast, man. I could just harvest them in just a couple seconds, and I have plenty of room in my inventory. Anyway, I'm gonna show you how this thing drives, and then we'll get to the meat and potatoes of the episode. So the first thing that we got to do is lift the mechanism up so that we can maneuver well. Now, I played around with the wheelbase a little bit in the back, and I wasn't satisfied with wider. I ended up going like 3 wide, 4 wide, 5 wide, and I kept it at 3 wide. Why? Well, because it kind of acts like a 0-turn radius mower. My dad has a lawn tractor that's kind of like this, and basically, if you have the wheels all the way locked, it's not 0-turn radius, but it can turn really sharp, right? Well, that was a high speed. It's not meant to go that fast, and I've been having to adjust the engines quite a bit too. But if the engines are adjusted to where we just need for speed, and we're on a hill right now. Oh, look, it's down. There we go. Now we have a little bit more maneuverability. So if the engines are adjusted, it doesn't go quite as fast. It doesn't have to giddy up and go. We're kind of like drifting right now, but it's pretty fast. It's pretty maneuverable. It doesn't get around rocks really good like this. But come on, baby, just get over it. Ah, come on. It's not really high, you know? Not really high. There we go. All right. Now. Okay. It works really good on the road. You'll have to take my word for it. So typically we wouldn't need to be climbing real steep hills or whatever. So I have an engine level 4 and an engine level 5. If we bring this down to about right there, it functions quite a little bit better. And I hate to stop here, but I have been trying to grab these as I go. I've been grabbing kits like you wouldn't believe, man. I have been getting kits and kits and kits and circuit boards and messing around with those rocks at night. You actually get attacked quite a bit. Like, the bots are always all over. So you see that? It's a pretty good ride. You can't really take sharp turns or whatever, but you just have to know that. You can't on a lawnmower either, right? Look, another one. Come on, sucker. Bring it. I tried to destroy some bots with this thing, and what ends up happening is it does do damage. Man, that was a terrible fight. It does do damage, but they kind of get stuck sometimes right here and right here. So it's not really a good bot killing machine, and they have a lot of time to actually do damage to my vehicle and me. So I usually just don't kill them. I usually just get off and hammer them. That's the best way to go. So I decided that we're going to put together a setup for farming that we can smash bots. And today's going to be a prototype, just like the first vehicle episode was for my stone deal. And this isn't going to be using a whole bunch of stuff. What we want is a flower bed, essentially. Now, I've been watching a little bit of Scrap Mechanic on YouTube and Twitch and stuff, and I've come to realize that smashing traps are where it's at. So, level with me for a second. The most powerful piston that we have is the lift, guys. It's actually the lift. So it's not permanent, but check this out. If we were to just make a square right here, a 3x3, if you will. Actually, let's do it a 3x4, just like a 4x4, okay? Let's do just like that. Now, let's say we had these things equipped with pumps and water, and I kind of kept some space to mess around with pistons and stuff so that we can get these things watered too. So if we were just to make, like, I don't know, a bracket, something that just goes over like this, right? And it comes down by one. Let's see, does it sleeve over? It sure does. So let's go down by 2 more. And now it sleeves over again, and it would just sit on top of this thing if I were to drop the piston, all right? So what we need now is just a huge weight, y'all, a huge weight, a huge smashing mechanism. And I have tons of stone on me, so it doesn't matter. That's what we've been doing it for. Let me just raise this up. And that is gonna be really, really, really heavy, right? Just a huge stone thing. Now, on the actual lift, I don't think it'll smash anything. It might. I don't know, because it would clip through right here, if we wanted it to. But if I dropped it, it would definitely break some stuff. So I think it would be really, really good to test if we were to get a bot and draw it over here as soon as I kind of make this out. And we want to make it double-sided, and we want it to go around the entire thing, right? So let's see. That's probably pretty good. I'm going to go up by 1 on this side to kind of double the entire design, and even close up the ends here. And I'm going to see if I could get a bot. I'm going to plant some crops and see if I could get some bots over here to mess with. All right, I got a couple of bots I want to lead. Come on, guys. let's go try out the smasher. Hopefully they chase me all the way. It looks like they will. Well, the fork bot's still here, or the hay bot, or whatever you call it, the fork knife. All right, ready? Cut. Oh, that was so good, dude. It works like a charm with the lift. Oh, like just straight out demolished it. No ifs, ands, buts about it in a split second. All right, let's get the other bot and make sure that it works on both types, huh? Come on, stupid. I have a gift for you. I will take you to the big scrapyard in the sky. Uh-huh. Just a little bit closer. God dang it. Oh, it's too good. All right. So the design works. It's a little off center from what I gather, but it still should work fine. Now, what I'm concerned with is what happens when I let this go and when I grab it again. So if I grab it again, where does it actually place the lift? Actually, only a little bit off. So it might, let's see, if we were to take it down and put it back in the designated spot, I think what's going to happen is it's going to want to hang up on one of the sides. Let's see here. So, actually, let's get on top of it. Let's see, where does it want to clip? Does it want to clip? Yeah, it wants to clip right there. Okay, so the build is actually perfect just as is. Now, we don't have any pistons or anything set up for it, but if we want to just make this trap work at night, all we have to do is just take this out and put it somewhere else. So we can just leave it right here if we want to. We can always just grab it and place it like right there, and it's ready to go. It's already ready to go. Very, very, very nice. Now, I could cover this if I wanted to, just to make it to where I can actually get in here and smash the things, and I think that's what I want to do. I don't think I'll need it really tall. This should be enough to where if it would fall, actually, I think I'm gonna go one higher here. Let's just put this a little bit more, and I'm gonna do this. There we go. That way we can ensure that the bots won't actually mess with us while we're in here. All right, so I capped the whole thing off. It's to the point to where it's pretty much high enough for me to get underneath and not take damage. Let's just test it. Oh man, that's about as close as you could get it, honestly. All right, what we would want to do right here is take it and place it just again. There we go. And yeah, we could smash our heart's content without worrying about the bots getting in. It's a little low. We can fix that pretty easy just by making this one higher though. So let's see, if I were to take this, let's put it, oh, we're kind of trapped here. Hold on. There we go. All right, so if I were to take some blocks here and do this. And just kind of make this one higher. Like that. I think it would be the absolute perfect height. We don't want to get underneath that thing when it's falling. It's doing its thing. Let's go ahead and grab it now, and now we'll put it in its rightful spot. All right, let's drop it now. Man, it's still like very, very, very low. We can always increase it one more, but honestly, I think that's okay. So let's take the lift and let's see, where do we put it? We can't. It's actually a little bit of a pain to get out of here once it's in. But I mean, it works, right? Let's see, does it break anything if it falls? No, it's fine. It's fine. So yeah, it's not the perfect system, but it's a dang good system for not having any mechanisms and everything. I think it'd be pretty good. Now, I do have pistons and stuff that I can install in it, but that'll be the Mark II. The Mark I or the prototype or whatever we want to call it is fine. Let's set up some watering now. I think what I want to do is try to set up some, I wonder if we can do pumps here. We might have to make this whole thing a little bit higher. If we did that, we could set up some pumps to where it would water everything and kind of move across with pistons, and I think that would be probably pretty good. Not just pumps, the water cannons. I do have a couple water cannons that I built prior to the episode, but I think as soon as I get the system together, I'm gonna need 4 altogether, and I don't have that many. All right, and let's just set this up properly. So if I were to put, can we even go down with a pump right here? Not really. It doesn't want to place. We would have to get it one higher. If we made it one higher right here, we could place the pumps just right there. All right, so they can stick to a piston assembly that would just be connected right there. The problem with that is it sticks up pretty high. As long as it's on the, yeah, that would break it, man. That would break it. We're gonna need this to be a lot higher. Excuse me? We're gonna need this to be a lot higher, I think, in order to do what we want to do. This entire setup. So let's just build up from this idea, I believe. We'll go like that and like that. So it's gonna need to come up by 3 more at least. The entire design is gonna need to come up by 3 more. That's okay. Or the mount where it actually gets down at. I can't go too low though. Yeah, so this is gonna need to be deeper. This whole thing is gonna need to be deeper in order to do this. But now we can fit 2 water pumps and have them connected to a piston assembly. So we would need that to be set up kind of like this. And let's see here. Actually, we probably need to set all of this down. This needs to connect to a piston like that. Yeah, that's how we would do it. Okay, let's take this down, kill this, bring out a piston, put it like that, and make a little bar for it like this and like this. Actually, it only needs to be that wide. Okay, now we put the water cannon on it like so, and one more like so. And if I had a controller too. I know you can set these things with just buttons, but the controller just makes more sense at this point, because you can go out further without upgrading the pistons. So we would connect that, and then we would connect this and go out. How much will we need it to go? 15 is how much? Let's just put a button on it too, just for now. Connect it, bam. And it does go all the way. Perfect. So now all we would need to do is hook this to a water cannon. The water cannon, the water tank could actually be hooked right here with a pump. So we could get this in and that in. And as long as it has a switch on it, which I don't have another switch on me. Dang it, and it's getting dark. All right, there it is. Switch is on it. Now, water tank is connected to this. Is it too far? Don't tell me. All right, so let's see exactly how far this thing can be away before it connects. Now, it looks like that's good. So what about if we take it and put it just a little bit further? Can we connect it now? Sure can. Can we connect it now? It sure can, it looks like. Oh no, they all just showed up. All right, let's see how far we can connect this thing. If we put it right there, can we connect it? No. All right, let's see. I wonder if it just has to be on the same structure. That could be it too. Can we connect it right here? No, maybe it does have to be on the same structure. So if we were just to take some stone, let's start right there and go all the way out like that. And all the way out like this. and connect the pump like so. And can we now connect this thing? Oh, it's not a matter of putting pipes together. It's actually it's actually a connection issue. Got it. That makes sense. All right, so man, you can pump water all over the place from things like this. That's cool. All right, so what we'll do now is we'll attach the pump that we took off. And let's see, just like that. And we'll put our switch back on it. There's my switch. I was about to say, where did my switch go? Apparently, I had taken this down without putting it back on it. All right, and we'll put the switch right here. Right here, I said, because I'm going to cover this up eventually. This is all going to be set up automatically. All right, and we'll connect the switch to that. There we go, and just turn it on, and it will start filling. Perfect. All right, so now we just need to wire this up to where it'll be good. If we took the switch and it goes pretty slow. It goes pretty slow. So how do we make this get set up to where it'll just fire? And I think we do that with the repeater setup that we had in there. So timer and the 3 logic gates, and this is and, nor, and the way we need to set it up. Like this. All right, and we need to connect this all together now. We'll put another switch. So, and, nor, and, timer, and boom. There we go. Come a long way, y'all. Come a long way. So this timer now is connected to that. Oh, we're gonna have to adjust that. Can we connect the timer to 2 things here? Yep, we can. All right, perfect. So the timer adjustments now, we'll just put, I don't know, not 10 seconds. Let's do 5 ticks. How about that? That's kind of perfect. Okay, so we would have this extended. We would have this extended, just like that. All right. And basically, we hit that for our timer, hit that, it waters everything. Nice. Very nice. So that works out. The only thing that we need now is to set up a logic gate so that this kind of happens at the same time and one switch kind of rules them all, right? All right, guys, I finagled with this throughout the night and I ended up getting it to work. I just had to mess around with the timing. I put the same repeater setup as I had on this side, except that I changed the timing to 4 seconds actually. And what ends up happening is it just repeats and it goes. All we need to do now is connect this to a logic gate and a switch. And I have my switch set up right here. Let's just put it on top. And then if I put the switch connected to this and the switch connected and the logic gate connected to both this logic gate and that logic gate, all I have to do is turn the switch off and the whole system shuts off, right? Yes. I was kind of worried there for a minute. So all I have to do to duplicate this is just set this up again, because I already have the mechanism for the controls and the controller can support up to 1 more connection as soon as I upgrade it, right? I just get another kit. So I put it on this side and now we have the entire setup all ready to go. Let's see here. There we go. And we need to make this taller so it doesn't crush. So if it falls, it won't crush the dadgum water pumps or whatever. Because you can tell it kind of moves when it goes through. But we're going to work on that. I'm going to probably just lower it down and stuff. But I think for a Mark 1 design, this is pretty good. And I'm going to call that for an episode. Next time we come back, we're going to finish it off and grow some crops and see how crazy we can get the raids to get. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you did, give me some dap on that like button to show your support, and you can subscribe to the channel for more daily videos, guys. Thanks so much for watching. As always, this is Zueljin signing off, and we'll see you next time.